A majestic sun rose above the small village, known to history as Nazareth. But the day Miriam and her father made their journey, it had a different name, the place of the Nazarenes, because it was a community of Essenes gathered together to live their lives and beliefs openly but confidentially with each other. From the balcony of their home, Miriam could see in the distance the profile of the town of the Nazarenes. She watched the rays of the sun dancing on the flat roofs, glistening here and there as if they were reflected by objects along their trajectory. She felt those sparks in her soul, heart, and stomach. She sensed that an immense event would happen because of this small town, but she could not identify it. She had the feeling that all this had been waiting for her since before her birth. On the balcony at her home, at this turning point of her existence, she perceived that this sacred love was the center of creation and had to be witnessed through the incarnation of a human being who would reflect, as in a mirror, the reality that was also embodied in her. The sound of the children playing near the house brought her back to ordinary life. She found herself standing on the balcony, looking towards the children who had interrupted her extraordinary experience. Or were they not interrupting her at all? Maybe they were part of this unity. Miriam decided to join the children. She loved the joyful energy of play and laughter, this celebration of life. But there was something else that attracted her to them. She felt that she needed to go down those stairs, and that she had to put her little feet on their own land and stay among them. That magnetic attraction in her solar plexus was unmistakable. The feeling was always the same. A quiet certainty of having to do it, even without knowing why. She trusted this inner impulse throughout her life. It was another aspect of the voice, though silent, but with the same power. Going down the stairs, the rays of the sun entering through the open door grew with each step until they filled her vision with their brilliance. When she reached the bottom of the stairs, all she could see was light. The happy sound of the children was heard outside, but in that cascade of light there was a sacredness that silenced her in amazement. She stopped for a moment, mesmerized by the golden light. Everything quieted down. Even the children's play seemed to fade away like a distant echo. There was only that light in front of her, feeling like a living presence. In the shining rays, she thought she heard a subtle hum that seemed familiar to her. Her eyes were still immersed in the brilliance of the sun when she saw a silhouette in the distance approaching. As if the light was creating a mirage, Miriam looked carefully, completely motionless. There were two figures, that of a man holding a child by the hand. Miriam's eyes saw through a gap in the light, and the glow vanished like morning fog. Beyond the gate where the children were playing, a father and son were heading for the temple. Miriam felt the boy's gaze pass through her body, and his eyes were the only thing she could see clearly. She could not look away from them along the entire stretch visible beyond the wall. It was a short time, but it seemed infinite. Their eyes focused on each other, and she could see, incredibly, its unusual color, an iridescent alabaster containing the sky and the earth. He looked at her. His gaze was penetrating and very gentle. Miriam became breathless as she recognized something familiar in this boy, so different from other children. His soft features expressed a gentle nature, even if his eyes shone with an unknown and captivating power. She sensed that he was aware that she also knew something about him, something about them. Were they memories? Were they premonitions? Then the intensity of his gaze softened, and a hint of a smile seemed to shine through his lips. That smile, for Miriam, was brighter than the sun that had filled her vision moments before. His father spoke to him, and the two of them walked away toward the city.